and as well as a community volunteer. So I work with multiple nonprofit organizations and as well as a seasoned agile consultant and as well as an entrepreneur as well. Like I have a KSOM solution as a parent company and I have a multiple work streams, KSOM AA solutions, my AA local and KSOM franchise solutions and as well as a franchise development and consulting. So I spend a lot of time in the researching, right? So how we can become a franchisee or as well as a franchisor. So during that research, then I connected with a multiple subject matter expert, and then I become a certified franchise consultant with the FCC. This is one of the leading organization in the US, and providing complete end-to-end franchise development. It's helping for the franchisees and as well as the franchisors as well. So again, my mission is empower aspiring our entrepreneurs to become successful franchise and franchisors. So specifically, I would like to provide whatever I learned and would like to share with the community. So if you are able to make and if you will be able to successful in franchise, that will be the great for our community. Okay, so today we are going to cover the main very high level of the framework. What are the franchise categories and as well as the franchise selections, how to select, and what are the top franchise domain. So if we have a like a small business, you wanted to become a franchisor, how we can do that as well. Okay, so these are the key areas we are going to cover. As Surya said, it's not going to be a one way. It's wanted to have a more interactive session. So please feel free to share your questions. We will try to address this, the second session of the second session. So please feel free to ask a question, right? So we will discuss, we will address. Okay, so the because of a number of participants, right, I highly recommend utilize the chat tool. So that way we will interact effectively. Then Surya can interrupt if anything we have to address, right? So I hope most of you familiarized with that. This forecast flow quadrant. Can anyone tell me or just in chat who is the author and the book name of this cash flow quadrant? Okay, so I hope you heard that Rich Dad and Poor Dad, right? So that's the kind of very famous forecast flow quadrant. One is the employee, one is a self-employed and business owner and investor, right? So if you look at it, the key difference, the first for the employee perspective, right? So you have a job, right? So you have a time and you will get paid for the time, how much time you are going to spend. The second quadrant is the self-employed. You own a job, right? So it's a more kind of this quadrant, more kind of self-entrepreneurs, doctors, and other practitioners, right? So third quadrant, you own a system. So here you are owning a system. So here is a more 95% of wealth is here. So you are working with the people work with you. And as well as income does not depend on active work. So fourth quadrant is the investor. So you want an investment and so your money works for you, right? So we are all trying, right? So trying to move into that third or fourth quadrant. So that's what we are trying to do. So for that, that's our franchise, either franchisee or a franchisor. So it would help you to move into that either third quadrant or fourth quadrant. Okay. So what is franchising, right? Is in my definitions, a proven business model with ongoing support, right? So that's a proven is a very, very important, right? So if you will start a business, so we may successful, may not, but the definitions of franchise because already proven, established system in progress. So we will be able to, success rate is very high, right? It's as of US 2024. So we have around 800,000 franchise established in the US. So the main objective is in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So whenever we will get into the franchise, right? So we will try to get one the franchise. So then we will start to do the research in the Google, right? Okay, so let's go for the McDonald's franchise, right? So after we do some research, okay, so this investment is going to be around 3 million, 2 to 3 million. It's a very high. So let's look for another franchise, right? Okay, so then then you will do the research and you will go to that. Okay, let's try it out the Chick-fil-A franchise, right? Then you will come to know that this acceptance rate is only for a 1% for the franchise of Chick-fil-A. Okay. So then you think, okay, let's put this on the back burner for now. Let's think about, let's do some research later on. Okay, so then 6 months later, so 15 people got laid off from the IT department. Then again, you will come back. Oh, I have to find some franchise, right? Okay, so let's do some research. Then you will come up with the Qmon. Okay, Qmon will be the good one. Let's focus on the Qmon, right? So when you do that, then you will come to know that, right, it requires full-time commitment of 6 to 8 hours per day. Oh, then it will not work out. Then again, you will go back. Okay, let's look into that after a couple of months, right? So then after 6 months later, I am working. Then you will realize, then I'm working 70 hours per week. I have no family time. I have a horrible boss. I hate my job. Oh, then I have to again. You have to start the research, right? This is the pretty much exploration process when we finalizing the domain, right? And as well as then whenever you interact with your friends, oh, I think about it. It seems may work. This is my guess. My friend said that, right? So this is a way we will look around, and we don't we are not spending that much time, or we are not focusing very seriously and try to understand how we can move forward, right? So then why we have to become a business ownership or franchisee, right? So one key important is be our own boss, master of your time, right? So you have a flexibility. So whenever you want to start and end, and create creativity and financial benefit, asset creations, and tax benefits also, right? Compare W2 and as well as this is a success, right? So once you will get in, once you will understand, learn, it will be addictive for you. So you will continue to develop and try to get in, right? That is the key objective of our business ownership, right? Okay, so let's talk about success path framework, right? So how we can get in, right? So I am interested in the franchise, where to start, where to end, what will be that end-to-end process, right? So, so here, this is a very, very simple 5-step process, right? First, you know yourself and define your criteria, right? So we have to do some self-evaluations and find out what is our strengths are. So we have to do our own SWOT and try to understand exactly what are our strengths, what are our weakness, what are our real interests, right? So that is a very, very critical before becoming a franchise, right? So then the second part is identifying a franchisor that match your criteria. So that's a very, very important, right? So you have to identify your strength and your interest. Then you have to identify the right franchises. That is the second step. So once you will identify the franchisor, then you have to investigate the franchisors, right? So you have to find out what is their profit, what is the success rate, how the franchise are doing, right? So you have to do some in-depth analysis and find out whether that will be your right franchise, right? Then another you have to find out is that the fourth step, identify the best fit, and commit, right? So you have to have a good alignment, right? So how their product or service, and as well as their other fees and the alignment with them. And the last step, then you have to have a financing, right? How you are going to fund, right? So most of us have enough money to spend or purchase the franchise, but we have to find a way how we can get the funding for the franchise. So the key success path, right? So know yourself is a very, very important. So that's the first thing you have to ask your question. Question is start with your why, right? Why you wanted to do it, right? Then what kind of skills you have, right? So then as well as how much time you wanted to spend in the franchise. Then as well as you have to understand marketing and sales, how effectively you can market and sales, right? So sometimes you have to be in front end and help the team, or you have to be in the back end. All depends upon the type of franchise what you are going to select, right? So then another thing is also is a people management. So how effectively you will be able to manage, and as well as a type of customers, right? Either business to business, business to consumer, and a type of business outfit, and as well as whether you need a retail and or work from home, and as well as investment, what kind of investment you will be able to utilize to get your dream franchise, right? So this is the success path framework. These are the 8 key points, right, before getting to the franchise process, right? So in the franchise type, then overall, in my perspective, kind of the 4 buckets. One is very retail simple, retail complex, and cater to commercial and cater to residential. So you can consider cater to commercial also is a business to business, cater to residential is a more kind of a residential also you can take it considerations, right? So if you look at it, that store-based, very retail business, right? It's kind of food or convenience stores or clothing, pet stores or laundry. Okay, so for that, our come to mind, right? McDonald's, Domino's, Subways, right? So in this store-based retail business, so we don't need any specialized skill, right? Anyone is a high schooler, just they will get in, we will teach them, then they will follow it, right? So it's the same thing for the, this is a more come under the very store-based, very retail type of category. So if you are interested, right, so you don't want to do any specialized skill, I think this is the right bucket you can focus on. The second one is a store-based retail business, right? So it's a more kind of some specialized skill and certifications, compliance kind of thing, right? So for health and beauty and automotives and advertising, right? Then medical facilities and education's aspect, right? These are more kind of, we need a more training, compliance, and certification. This is the second bucket. If you are interested in any of these categories, then you can explore. So third one is a commercial focused franchise, right? This is a more kind of a business to business, kind of a corporate cleaning, labs and drug testing and staffing. This all come under the third bucket, more kind of a business to business side. So the fourth bucket or fourth type is residential focused or business to consumer perspective, right? This is for the example, senior care, property maintenance and property renovations and the tutoring. So these all come under the this fourth category. These are the topmost 4 type of categories. Then you look at it, which subcategory you will like it, and you do the research, and you will then you will do the research, and if it will meet all your needs, then you will get into the franchise. Okay, so next, so we have so many brands, right? How we can differentiate, how we can fit in, right? So as I said that, right? So if you go to for the McDonald's, that at least you have that initial investment of $3 million. If you want to Chick-fil-A, you have to have that acceptance rate less than 1%. It's a very difficult to get into the brands, right? Then where we can get in, right? So we can divide into the 3 groups. One is mature brands, The second one is a stable brand. And the third one is the emerging brands, right? So our focus, and based on your interest and based on your investment capabilities, you can pick a bucket focusing more on emerging brands, right? So these are the brands they will mainly focusing, or just they will try to get in. And the more helpful thing is, so we will be able to get the franchise, and you will be able to run with it, right? So no, I'm not happy with that emerging brand, and I wanted to check with that stable brands. Like a stable brands means they may have that 10 or 15 franchise already up and running, so they have a good success rate. That is the second bucket you can focus on. The mature brands, yes, I have a money. I wanted to target mature brands like McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. So that also possibility, right? So these are the three key areas we can focus. And then based on your interest, you can select the respective buckets, right? So initially that Five Guys, it's initially started with an emerging, now it's a stable brand. The same thing, right? 1-800 caught junk. So initially it was in a very emerging brand. Now it's almost, they have sold out all the territories, right? So all depends, right? So we have to closely watch what are the new brands coming into the market, whether meeting our needs. Then we have to make a decisions how we can convert the franchise into the franchisee, become a franchisee, right? So how we can make sure we will complete and thorough end-to-end process, right? So we have to follow, right, 9-step process. So usually that's the step 1 will be that intro call. The step 2 will be the brand and market review. So you do your own research internally, or if you are getting any help from that franchise consultant, they will help you to do that market overview. So third step is a FDD. So that is so US requirement. So the franchisor have to share the franchise disclosure document. That is a FDD. So that is all the standard. Whoever will become a FDD, they have to share the document. Then you can review it. Then step 4 is operations review, right? So you can discuss with them and find out, or go and see them, like how effectively they are managing the franchise. Then another aspect is marketing and customer. This is a very, very important step, right? So you have to understand before getting to the franchise, how effectively they market and what will be that customer acquisition cost, how much it will cost, right? So then you have how much they are going to help to generate a lead, or you have to do it yourself, right? Then as well as you have to find out unit economics. That means, right, one franchise you have to understand exactly how much, what will be that account payable, account receivable, how they are managing, what are the operations, how long it will take that ROI to get back your investment, right? So 7th step is a very, very critical, that is called a validation call. So you have to call the franchisee and you talk to them and understand, okay, so if they are a business like a food related business, how long it will take and how they're getting the ingredients and what are the process and all, right? So you have an opportunity directly talk to them and find out, right? So you have to talk to them 2 or 3 franchises, then you understand exactly how they are doing it, right? Then next step is for the discovery day, right? This is usually once you will complete that all the 7 steps. So usually the franchisor will invite you to their headquarters and they will help you to complete the discovery day process. Then usually the potential franchisee will go to the discovery day, work with that franchisor and others. Then you will make a decision. That the step number 9. So based on that information, comparisons, all the diligence, then you will make a decision whether this is the right franchise for you, right? So then you will continue with that franchise agreement signing. Then you will get into the, depends upon the nature of the franchise. Some franchise need some time to complete that. Otherwise, then you will get into the franchise right away. So depends upon the franchise. Okay, so funding aspect, right? So now you complete thorough diligence. Now you are ready to, you are about to signing the contract. So I highly recommend, before signing the contract, you make sure that what will be that your financial options, right? So here, if I look at it, you have a almost top 10 options you have, right? So first option is in-house financing. In-house financing means that the franchisor itself, they have that own financing, like finance options. So you will work with them. Then the second one is a conventional bank loans, right? So you approach the bank and they will provide the, based on that, some franchisors already they have a get approval, pre-approval from the bank, sometimes easy for you. The third one is SBA 7A loans. Okay, these loans that SBA will guarantee up to 85% of that loan amount. So you are in a position to get a loan, and then you will get that through the bank. Then private lenders. So if you have issue with the credit or some other issues you have, then you can approach. You obviously you know that, right? If you reach out private lenders, you have to pay more. Then another important aspect is ROBS, right? ROBS means rollover business startup, right? You have an option to utilize your retirement funding for the business. This is the many of the potential franchises utilizing this funding options. The next one is HELOC. HELOC is the home equity line of credit, right? So if you have a good line of credit, you can utilize that. Crowdfunding, and if you have any rich uncle loan also is available, and my network, right? So then I have a network of companies I'm work with closely. So if any needs comes, like we will work with them, get a good interest rate, and speed up the process. Then the last one is the immigration and franchising, right? So immigration perspective, right? If someone in India and somewhere they wanted to invest, they can invest in that EB5 category. So they will get that immigration status, and as well as they can own a franchise. Then as well as E2 treaty also available, right? Some countries have that US agreement. So you can explore that option also if someone wanted to do it and do that financial perspective. Okay, so quick time check. Surya, can I take 10 more minutes, Surya?
Sure. Continue.
Okay. So what are the top low investment, high growth franchise industries, right? So if you look at it, cleaning, education, fitness, AI, health and beauty, and vet and restaurant. So these are the top low investment, high growth franchise industries, right? So that's, if you are thinking, so you can explore, you can look at it. Any of the categories will fit in your interest. So you will explore. So here I share that tools and assessment. Okay, so as a consultant or the tools, right? This is topmost for around 9 tools available. I will share it with you as well, right? So you do your self-evaluation for that each steps, right? How you can do that, your own fit assessment, franchise business model, Canvas, ROI calculator. So multiple tools are available. I'm going to share it with you, so you will evaluate if you have any interest, right? So before getting to that, any consultant, or if you are going to make any serious decision, so these are the tools that will help you to make a final decision. So if you want to utilize the franchise consultant role, it's a no cost for you. Then you will get that expertise and experience, then access to information, help with the diligence, and support with the negotiations. So this we have an opportunity because I'm partnered with the company. So all the franchisors come and do that demonstration, their products, and they will offer. So almost 1 or 2 franchisor daily basis we will interact with, right? So if you need any help, and so let me know. happy to help you out. And as well as the brainstorming, right? So each and every step is very, very critical. So experienced franchise consultant with you, it will be make your life very easy, and you will be able to find a right product. Okay, so this is a more kind of a franchise aspect. Now let's quickly touch on the convert your business into the franchise. How we can convert, right? So if you have multiple units, so you wanted to convert into the franchise, right? But so you need some helps also, right? You cannot do all the marketing yourself. So some companies you need more help, complete end-to-end perspective, right? So if you have a 3 or 4 franchise, or you have a one store, but you wanted to convert and you wanted to sell multiple, so you need a complete end-to-end service provider work with you to make your life easy. So is your business franchise ready? That is a very, very important question you have to ask, right? So you have to have a proven business model, and as well as will be able to replicate across multiple solutions, right? If someone will take it, if you will train them, will they able to replicate what you're doing right now? So then you have to have a clear process and system in place. Okay, system has to run. You have to have a defined and solid process in place, right? The next one is a strong brand value and customer loyalty, right? So these are all very, very important. And as well as you have to have a legal and compliance readiness. So these are also very, very important. So these are the 5 key important points you have to ask yourself. So if you are ready, or if you need some help to reach that finish line, so we can help, or experienced consulting companies can help you out. You have to have a roadmap, franchise development roadmap. So one is business model assessment. Okay, what kind of business model you wanted to establish? Then operations manual development. So you have a very, very process centric, how effectively you can operate. Then as well as you have to prepare your legal documents, FDDs, franchise agreements you have to complete, and branding and marketing toolkit, right? So that's also you have to provide to your franchisee. And the franchise recruitment strategy, how effectively, whether you are going to as a franchisor, you are going to help, or you have to tell them how they can recruit, right? Then as well as franchise training and support system. Okay, these are the 6 steps you have to take into considerations where you are and how you can achieve that. So key legal and operational components, right? So you have to have a franchise disclosure document, franchise agreement, and operations and training manuals, and marketing guidelines, and as well as a territory and support structure. So you have to define how you are going to sell your territory, right? It's based on that household, based on the zip code, how you are going to manage, how you are going to do it, right? That is a very, very important when you will considering your legal and operational components. So, so key franchise terms like a franchisor, FDD, franchise agreement, and initial investment, right? So usually that's covering that FDD, that right, a franchise disclosure document, franchise fee. This all very straightforward. Ad fund, territory, protector territory, and a discovery day already we talked about, and validation call already talked about. Right of first refusal. So that means if some franchisee wanted to sell it, the first they have to sell it to that franchisor before sell it to the third party. So that is a part of that agreement. But if you don't like it, you will request them to change it. The training and support, and the renewal and termination. So these are the key terms you have to familiarize with that before getting to that franchise. So these are the top franchise brands. So dream big, and tools assessment to make smart and confident decisions, right? So we have a support system in place, and a lot of tools and assessment also available. So I wish you all the best to find a right franchise, or you become a franchisor. Okay, so how we can help? So if you need any help to convert your existing business to the franchise, so we have a resource, we have a complete end-to-end ecosystem. We will help you to move forward. So this is currently I'm working on the book, The Power of Franchise Owner and Franchisor. So I'm happy to share it with you. So if you have any questions, and feel free to reach out to me. So then you can scan the QR code also. That's just please enter your name. Okay, so I'm planning to build a franchise community. So that way you will interact with the people who are interested in, and we can share our knowledge, and as well as we'll understand what's going on in the current market and what are the new products. Okay. So thank you so much for everyone's time, and I think let's get started. Q&A. Surya.
Sure, Chan. Yeah. So, uh, anyone have any questions? So that, like, if somebody wants to share your experience as well, that feel free to share it. The main reason is, like, we don't want this to be more bookish, like, what it is in the material. We just say it because these information you might get it in the internet itself. The main purpose why we are here is to have the collaboration, like where some might have you tried it, but you might get stuck or you might have some doubts, where which makes the whole thing, like as how Chan shown in the initial circle, like where you started and then later you go back to the older phase where you drop it and again trying to do it. So we know, like, a few of you have tried it, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. As we told initially, like, this session not just to share the information, also to collaboratively discuss um, anything that your experience or anything that you want to know, which is the dark side you saw, like when you try to do it, but that is a place where you never thought this. I never know that I never got this. So if you have any, you can feel free to ask now. So open to you all.
Yeah, this is Surya Kuppu. So yeah, thank you, Chandra, for sharing this. A great info, and I didn't think about all this aspects. Like it's a really a very knowledgeable session, and yeah. So for my initial experience, like I mean, I'm actually a franchisor. This started like last year. I mean, I do run the Chestronics, which is we teach chess, robotics, and coding. And Chandra, like you help to categorize the segments. I mean, it's more focused on the B2C kind of business, like where we go directly to the residential and also the families. I mean, they want to enroll their kids, like similar like a Kumon. Like so, we teach chess and robotics and coding, and then that was happening back in 2019. I started as a single business, and now we have about 5 franchisees in Georgia, and 3 are like Johns Creek and Cumming, and then one in Suwannee, and now we are also opening one in Alpharetta. So this is more like, I mean, the process of going through to become a franchisor is a very like a very competitive, lot of legal obligations, and as you mentioned, like FDD and getting the approvals, and each county they come up with their own requirements. Like when we put some sign on wall sign or some kind of advertising in the local market, so those kind of challenges I faced in the past, and also in the any new county, we have to keep updating their rules, and now like the challenges are like how do we streamline the payments that they are making from the customers, and then going to the franchisor, I mean franchisees, and franchise fee, like whatever the royalties, right? I mean, the franchisors collect the royalties, And so to track the royalties, creating a system. I mean, all those things. Like, I mean, initially you may not have everything, so it is going to be tough if you want to do everything and then start franchisor. Becoming a franchisor is going to be always tough. So you got to face the challenges and then come up with immediate solution, and then provide to the franchisees, hey, you can do this, you can collect the payments, like or some kind of system. I mean, so that is the on the fly we have to come up with certain process sometimes, and some rules for all the, like, and keep on developing the curriculum. Like some students like will have different requirements, and we may need to change the or upgrade the curriculum. And so it's more like a day-to-day process. I mean, it's initially it was started like a part-time, but then like it is changing, become a full-time. I mean, it's a lot of hours. But the good thing is, for the franchisees, they are jumping into the business right away with less experience, and it's a good guidance they are getting from the franchisors. And also, like, they if you start a business from the scratch, there is a lot of challenges, and most of the startup business, like, they may not continue, and they may, like, fail. But starting a franchisee, you get a good guidance, and there is always, at least, like, they went through all the challenges. Like, the franchisor went through all the challenges, and each franchisee, they have seen the challenges, and because the franchisor first, they have to think about, the franchisees have to make some profit, and give the service to the community, whatever they promised. And so those kind of things, you get a pretty good guidance, and that way, losing money or failing the business, it is very less chances. I mean, that's what I would say. But there is, at least you have to select, like, based on what Chandra explained. Like, there is a emerging market, there is a stable franchisees and franchisors, and then there is a high brand like Chick-fil-A and McDonald's, where you may not get even accepted for the franchise. Yeah, I mean, it's really it's a I mean, this meeting, I mean, this whatever Chandra explained, like, I was thinking in a very high level now, and categorize the segments. So it's a good learning. Yeah. Thank you for presenting and this topic.
Great, Surya. Thank you so much for sharing that success story, right? Because you are one of the successful franchisor in our community, Surya. Okay, all the best and good luck.
Yeah,
right?
Thank you, Chandra.
Yeah. So the key thing is, right, two types, right? Always you have to think about, right? Do it yourself. Hey, I have a lot of information, so I will go and do it myself, right? Yes, you can do it, right? But the problem is, so much information, you don't know what is the right information, the right process, right? So always you have to, because in the franchise industry is not regulated like real estate or insurance, right? So still, some states required, some FDD, some is not. Some states registered. You have to have a registered with them, right? So I highly recommend you do that research, but you try to connect with some experts and make sure that and validate before getting to that serious business, right? This is a very, very serious. So you are going to spend your time and money and everything, right? So you have to take it very, very cautious steps, right? So you know that always, right? Franchisor, yeah, we do this, we move this mountain here and there, but really we have to find out, okay, what's their capability, what they have completed so far, right? So I highly recommend you do the research and then rely on it, rely on some experts and go through that, and you will finalize, right? So like Surya case, right? Most of the thing he did it himself, right? Do it. He did it himself, and he has some networks, so he managed to complete and this is the huge success, right? So he is able to complete that 5 franchise with a short period of time, right? I think it's a great success, right? So I think uh, that's a great thing, Surya. All the best and good luck. Get more franchises.
Yes, yeah, thank you, Chandra. Yeah, so the next challenge is like how to expand out of state. Like, so we get some inquiries, and then I think the one topic is the master franchise concept. I mean, that's really a great way to do to reach out to multiple states. Like as somebody, I mean, for example, if you look at the Great Clips like a haircuttery business, and you can take the franchise for entire state. Like some of the big franchises, they take Georgia and Tennessee, and so they take complete state. That is one way. I mean, they are the master franchise. You cannot reach out directly to the Great Clips, the corporate. I mean, you have to go through the master franchisor, and they have their connections to the corporate, and so that is another way to reach out multiple, like to become a master franchisor. That would be a good negotiation. I mean, if you are a franchisee, don't just go as a franchisee. I mean, try to take the entire state. If you like the business, just go with the entire state, and then like you can be jumping into the like a emerging curve and becoming stable, and you will have a lot of leverage. I mean, so your franchise fee becomes less, and also you will also get the royalty. So as a master franchise, the royalty comes to you. Only thing is you will be selling the franchisees. Maybe one you can do operation, and then like all others like are you're selling the franchise. So that is one model. I just learned it recently. So there was one gentleman from New Jersey. He did the Aloha Math master franchisor, and now he want to expand into Chestronics to sell all the chess robotics coding to those Aloha Math, and he sold 35 franchisees in New Jersey and New York area. Yeah, so that's another it's a between franchisor and franchisee. In between, there is a master franchisee.
Oh, that's a good information, sir. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, anybody, just open question. Anybody know, like, any, for the interest of others, right? Somebody wants to get started. So we have like people like Surya and who's very successful. Any other wants to provide input on like the information, like any franchises coming to Atlanta, or anybody wants to pitch in, you can just let the group know, because I got some information like Shasta Foods, they are looking for franchises in Atlanta. So if anybody is interested, you can approach them. So likewise, if you all have any information, you can share it in the group later. So which helps somebody is looking for to take up those franchises. Do you know anything else, Surya? Surya or Chandra, anything in the community which is upcoming or which is currently, because I know Biryani Pod, they are doing the franchises, Chestronics, few ones which are very successful. Shasta Foods is coming, which is another big one.
Yeah, I think Zuzu Pizza, but they are actually from a different state. I don't know which state, but somebody took master franchisor here in Georgia, the like Zuzu Pizza, and it's more like chicken tikka pizza and all kinds of Indian tandoori pizza. So you may get that. So that is growing. They're opening another location in Canton. And one they have it in coming. So that's the recently I came to know.
Okay.
Great. So Surya and Swami, right? I think this is a great initiative, right? So knowledge sharing is a very, very critical for our community,
Right.
I think please continue to do that, right? Bring some expert and talk about it, right? But at the same time, right? So as a participant, right, you have to share your feedback, right? So really, this information is helpful. Is it too much, too fast, right? So because I didn't touch all the some difficult and very complex headings or topics, right? So I wanted to give a very high level how we can approach if you wanted to franchise, what process you can adopt and how we can do that, right? If you want to convert, what are the process you can do it, right? So we will share that survey, right, Surya, just we will get the feedback. Okay, so really it is useful for them. Okay, whether will they able to take it to the next steps, right? So that is a very important, right? So and really appreciate Surya, Swami, and other participants' time. And hopefully this will be very helpful for you for your next move, right? So our community should go to that next level, right? So as the franchise, right, at least yearly we have to target, right? We have to complete at least for the 10 franchise in our community. We have to become a 10 owners, 10 franchise owners, so successful franchise owners. Then they have to become a franchise. So that way we have to look at it, right? So we are all in that in the high.
No, you're right, Chandra. That's the thing, right? The sharing of information, right?
There is one question from Karthik.
Karthik, please go ahead. I'll talk later after that. Yeah, any questions, please, guys? I mean, we have we can extend by 10 minutes. If any questions, we can quickly.
Right. Even I need to want people to ask question. Yeah. Go ahead, please, Karthik.
Hi everyone. Yeah, thanks for arranging this kind of section. Really appreciate for your Atlanta chapter. So I have couple of questions. I was in this meeting call, but on and off, I was having some technical issues from my end. Right now, I have a existing business. This is IT services. I am looking to convert as a franchise. So, is someone can help me and guide me here?
Yes, Karthik, I'm not sure you got a chance to see that the last part of the presentation. So we talked about how we can convert existing business into the franchise and what are the checklists and what are the first we have to check whether are we ready to convert as a franchise, right? So that's we have to do some diligence work before we will become like a franchisor, right? So I'm happy to help Karthik. We can talk in offline, right? So we will evaluate, and I'm happy to help you out to move to as a franchisor, Karthik.
Okay, sure. So, can I reach you, Chandra?
Yeah. Please feel free to. Yeah.
Okay.
So
If you don't mind, can I get your contact details?
yeah, sure. I can put it in our ATA also. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sounds
Sure.
good.
I will share the details, Karthik. Right. So feel free to reach out to me, then we will discuss.
Okay, thank you. Really appreciate it.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you, Karthik. Like if you have, so wanted to give, since you go on and off, right? So this is the main objective or mission of our ATA Atlanta chapter, where we try to like rather like you find a mentor or you find somebody who can help you on that. So this is the main purpose. Like we are trying with the purpose where we want to help everyone to grow and support each other. It's not just taking the business or throwing the business. It is more about the community. So whenever you have anything, not just this, anything you have or anyone have any idea, like anything you want to talk about it, feel free to reach out to us. As Atlanta chapter is one of the chapter of ATA, we do have plenty other chapters when we have headquarters at national site. So we have mentors and also the business experts across the chapters. So it is not just you will get option only in Atlanta to know. It's good like local we will be also having, but just in case if you want someone in field for a long and exit or whatever you call it, like the big network is behind. So we can also help you like wherever you are in need. Um,
Thank you so much. Thank you. Really appreciate for your efforts. Really great.
Sure. Thank you so much. So, Chandra, like one thing I will need to ask one person because when we discuss about this franchise, like why we are doing it mainly, as I mentioned at the very first time, like when we started this call, purpose why we started this now and that to franchise. So I do have a few questions, like
Sure.
top 5 franchise that is going well in Atlanta that you can think, because when we go out, right, people have a lot of options. Now they got the basics, but when they go out, which one they can feel like every state it would be different, right? So as per your experience or the way how dynamics in Atlanta, top 5, that is the one I from my side, that personal question. And secondly, I would like to call one person who also made me to have this session, that is Uma. Uma, are you on the call, Uma? By any
Yeah, she's there. I think Suma Balasubramanian.
Okay.
Okay.
Is he talking? Are you there, Uma?
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Okay. Sorry, I'm putting you on spot though.
No. Thank you for doing this. Hi, how are you?
The main reason is you were the one initially you were trying to do, then you found many information, right? Then how this session so far, as per current, after attending this, and also like what kind of challenge you faced, that would be helpful, because this is not, we are not trying to sugarcoat like what is, you can go and try and all. Also wanted to know the real experience in a constructive way, not in a pinpointing anyone, okay, constructive way, because so that any newcomer, like new who wants to try this, they don't want to go through the same thing like what you have gone through. So you can share firstly about the session and what challenge you faced after attending few franchise other things.
Yeah, so basically a friend of mine and myself, we just decided to do something, and we thought, franchise is a good idea. But then it's a vast ocean, and there's so much of information, and people like us, we are like, stay-at-home moms who just want to make a difference. And then it's just very overwhelming, especially the financial aspects. So we just don't know. Suppose, is this such a big risk to take? Because everything is like the numbers are so high. So people like us, if we do get into something like that, um, and suppose worst case scenario, if the project doesn't go the way we expected, what are the risks involved for, financially? That is something that um, is a deterrent factor, because we don't have that kind of startup funding or such things. So if we take a big risk like this, uh, uh, how do things work for us?
Okay. Surya, do you want to respond, Surya?
This is for Surya Kuppu, right?
Okay. So Surya, that's the first one, right? You said that you wanted to know that top 5. Yes, because I will put it in the 3 buckets, right? So what are the top mature brands and emerging brand and stable brand, right? So that I will collect and I will share it with you. So you will understand which bucket you wanted to explore, right? So that's the one I'm happy to share the details with you. Okay. So Uma, thank you so much for your time and actively participating, Uma, and I'm really appreciate that. So you are one of the very active volunteer in this group. Okay, thank you so much for that, Uma. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I think so you saw that, right? So this is when we approach that franchise, right? We should follow some process, right? So
Right.
so you have to make a decision. So you want to do it yourself, or you need some help with the expertise, right? So that is, you have to make a decisions, or you wanted to hybrid, right? Hey, I will do that for 6-7 steps myself, and I will finally review with that, right? Whatever you feel comfortable, right? But make sure so you do that, you finalize some process, right? So I already shared the process, what process you have to follow, right? So then once you will follow the process, right? So pretty much is a 70-80% so you will land in the right franchise, right? The second one, you talked about the risk, right? Always is a business is a risk, right? So why we are getting into the franchise? Because of the success rate, right? So because of the, I think, latest labor department analysis, I think 30% of that small business fail in the first 2 years, right? So, but in the franchise, I think 70-80%, almost is a 50% difference for the success rate between the starting a new business or owning a franchisee, right? So that way you look at it, Uma, and then the financial risk, right? So whenever you do that, do some deep diligence and find out, okay, so whether you wanted to own a like emerging brand or stable brand or mature brand, right? And how much you wanted to invest, right? So then I showed you that 10 options, right? So how you can get the money, generate the money, right?
Right.
So these are the so many options are there, but the bottom line is, right, how we can mitigate the risk. That is the key, right? So that's where that we have to do that in-depth and diligence and do that complete bid process. And if possible, right, and few franchisors I recently worked with, so we got approval from that franchisor. They will work with the franchisee for the few days, isn't on site, right? So
Mhm.
you take in a pizza store, right? You will go and work at least for 3-4 days. Then you know the business exactly, right? How many calls are coming in? What is the profit, right? Then you can make a decision, right? So that's a very important, Uma. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Gotcha.
okay,
Yeah. Thank you.
sure.
Yeah, I also have two people raise their hand. Shall we take that question, Chan?
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah, first I'll go with Mr. Prabhakar. Prabhakar Natarajan, you can ask question. I see you raised up. Are you there, Prabhakar?
He's in mute.
Yeah. Okay. Then we can go with Ms. Kavita.
Hi, this is Kavita. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a wonderful presentation. There are a lot of dreams to have a franchisee or business, but don't know where to start with, and the fear of failure. And I never heard that there is something like ATEA chapter. I went onto the website and looked into it. So, first question is, I see that there is a recording. There is a lot of overwhelming information. Okay, we hear about McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, so many other things. So will we get the presentation? That's one thing recording. And the second one is, if we are interested to go forward to have mentors, how to reach and whom to reach.
Okay.
Okay.
So let me address two things, right? So I'm happy to share the presentations also. I think Surya is going to distribute that recording, right? So so you can reach out to me as a community volunteer, right? So I'm happy to share, and if you need any help, I'm happy to guide you also, right? As a community volunteer perspective, right? So
Okay.
just the main objective is I wanted to guide you in the right directions. So that's the my recommendation. So you feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to help you.
Thank you, Chandra.
Yeah.
Kavita, are you part of our WhatsApp group right now? That is the
No.
one we are currently. Okay, then I will get you add to our WhatsApp group as well, so that you will come to know the latest updates and the plans which we have for upcoming months for our Atlanta chapter. Right now we are more growing, and we are trying to support most of the business owners, entrepreneurs, and mainly we are trying to establish that entrepreneur ecosystem which supports each and everyone who dream to become some. So we will try to see where we can help on that.
Thank you. I saw a flyer on this one in some of the groups, and then I just jumped in and registered. That's how I came to know about this.
Okay,
Thank
sure. Thanks for joining, and It was a great question. We come to know you as well, so we will connect with you as well.
Okay, thank you.
Right. So I see Prabhakar having some difficulty in his connection. So is there any question?
Okay, here's a question, right? I mean, what kind of return on investment ROI do people usually see, and how long does it take to break even? Chandra, that's
Yeah. So that's depends on the business structure and ROI, right? So typically, I'm seeing like at least 2 years, 1 to 2 years is the return on investment. All the successful franchisees, right? So that's what that we can have a basic expectation, right? Then whenever you read that FDD, right, the franchise disclosure document, they have to clearly mentions, right? So how much, how long, like how other franchises are making money and how soon it will take, right? So, but a typical franchise structure, right, this 1 to 2 years will be the good benchmark. Okay, that's a majority, right? But so sometimes some low end franchises make right away, right? So if you make a sale and you will make it, right? But some retail kind of thing, right? It will take time. They have to put some investment initially for a fitness gym or a restaurant. All it takes some time, right? So they have to set up everything in initial investment. That takes some time, right, to get that set up that client base and all, right? So um, so that's 1 to 2 years is, I think, good benchmark, Swami.
Okay, he heard it.
Okay.
Right. And another question from Arun Raghavan. Would a franchise consultant be a mentor as well, or should they be two different?
So this is a two different level, right? The consultant is a more kind of working with the systems and then helping them to understand, right? It's a financial perspective. I think I don't differentiate because so whoever is approaching me as a consultant, right? So they no need to pay anything. It's a completely free service. A franchisor will pay to the consultant. So there's a monetary perspectives, no commitment, nothing, right? So a number of times they can call and get that mentored. So I consider is the mentor and as well as a consultant will be the kind of that same role. So they no need to differentiate, right? But in addition to that, my personal preference, first I wanted to have them as a mentor is a more community perspective, right? How I can help them to take the next steps. But if they're really interested, if they wanted to move forward, I'm happy to have them as a consultant also, Surya.
Okay. That's a question from Arun. He also heard it. And yeah, I think as a time check, we'll try to close it. Before that, from Arun, his feedback about franchise based on his experience. Don't get into any business or franchise with one foot in the business. Like Chandra mentioned, the first 2 years is critical and it has to be all in. Okay. And yeah, thank you, Arun, for sharing your experience. Yeah, definitely, we will do another session if we have more people interested in this and wanted to know the do's and don'ts, and as well as feedbacks or something. If you want to go deep to know, please let us know. And yeah, thank you, Chandra, for today's very informative session. Definitely, like you are our treasure to our Atlanta community itself, and ATA got the big part as well today. So thanks for that, and like we'll see like how if anyone reach out to us, we will also connect with you and let you know that if somebody wants to get your help or anything from you, like we'll let you know. And after this session, I'll be sharing the recording to the ones whomever registered through email. I will be sending it to them. And whomever wants you to get added to our WhatsApp group for ATEA, please let me know. Let me or Swami know. In the beginning, as I mentioned, like myself and Swami leading this chapter, and we are having a bigger plan for this year and upcoming years. and we both more towards the community, and we also wanted to make sure many come from ATEA Atlanta chapter. So July month, don't go anywhere. If you are planning to go anywhere, don't go anywhere. Be here in Atlanta. We are planning to do an event, which will be definitely more knowledgeful, and also like more. So far, you might have think like whether I to start my business or not. That is the day you will start your business. After once you attend that, we'll make sure we have programs and things ready, so that like you can start your next journey on your dreams. That's what July month we are targeting. Myself and Swami working in the background now to make it happen. We will sooner announce most. Please help and joining that. Don't miss it. July month, second or third week or anytime. Not date is not yet fixed because of many vacations and how Atlanta is on that month. So that is one thing. And also we are planning to do some back to future, like a new initiative for women who wants to like if they have the career break and if they want to join back to the IT, like we are working on that initiative. Sooner we will be announcing it, and just wanted to say that so that if you know any of your friends who need help and want to be part of it, we will once we share, ask them to apply for it. And July month, in short, we are planning to do a recognizing business pitch competition and other sessions like franchise. There are many other things which we think our people, our community need to know, so that they can grow themselves and also we grow together. That is our whole idea. Swami, do you want to add anything, Swami, before we
No,
close?
we covered. So the July event is like, let's say you're having a business and you're looking for funds to be raised, or we are going to display some businesses which is needing funds and you want to invest. Those kind of sessions will be there. So look forward for it. Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Swami. And thank you all for joining. And I know like we crossed our time. And we are so sorry for that. We want to stick ourselves in time, but want to make sure you also got the enough information or right information so that you can think through, or you can step towards the next step of your dreams. Thank you so much for all joining.
Thank you, Surya. Thank you, Chandra.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so thank you so much, Surya and Swami. Thanks for this opportunity. Okay, and looking forward to working with you. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you all for joining.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.